Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to our show. We have gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the multiverse, two of the nerdiest geeks to be found. We proudly present the professor and her geeky girlness herself, Ace. And now it's time. Geeky Kool presents Professor and Ace.
Hey everybody, welcome to Geeky KOOL presents Professor and Ace, episode 7 of season 2. So season 2, episode 7. We are so excited to have Morgan with us tonight. Morgan is one of our writers and a great novelist and school teacher, all sorts of cool stuff. So we're going to talk to Morgan. Cosplayer, exactly. Lots of really great cosplay. So, anime fan. So we have lots to talk about tonight, including one of her books going to audio, and we are definitely going to be talking about that because the Kickstarter starts next week for that. You're a week away.
1 week away.
1 week away. I saw the video this morning about it. So.
Oh gosh, yeah. I had to make sure the lighting was good and not be late for work, and it was interesting.
That's always a thing, right? You got to get everything right, including not being late for work. So, all right. So let's get it started here. So Morgan, tell us a little bit about what's going on with the Kickstarter and the book, and who your voice actors are and all that jazz, because you've got some cool stuff going on.
Yeah. So thank you. So this is my 4th audiobook in production, which is really exciting.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's been such a fun adventure. This made me a better creative to think outside the box, because I wasn't an audiobook listener myself. But now I'm like, now I pay attention to how things are spoken out loud versus just when you read them. And there is a distinction.
There is.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a very distinctive thing between audiobooks, screenplays, and novels. Like there's the inflection in people's voices is very important.
Yes, absolutely. So my first Kickstarter ever succeeded, which is not overly common. So I was super excited about that last year.
It did well for you. It not just succeeded, it did very well. So yeah.
And there's not that many audiobooks on Kickstarter, to be honest. Like I'm very surprised when I find one. But this is what got funded last year. So Hunter and the Bringer, which is my new adult, monster hunting book. So I had 2 fantastic narrators for a duet, Lexi Evans and Logan Anair, who have now teamed up for like 5 or 6 projects now and still going strong as a team, which is
you brought them together.
I brought them together again. I wasn't the first person, but they were like reunited and they said it felt so good.
Very good. Now I'm singing in my head. So.
Yeah, they're like work spouses, which is great.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah. So this one's not too long. It's like 170 something pages. This is the second one we're working on next week. Yeah. Monsters. Oops, my bookmark's falling out. Sorry. Monsters and Mortals. And it's a little bit bigger.
A little bigger, yeah. That often happens. First one, the second one, that's often true.
Right.
They tend to get bigger. It's a thing.
Yeah,
and then if you have like 4 or 5 books, or even like 7, say you have 7, then like 4 becomes shorter. Like 1 is short, 2 and 3 big, 4 short, and then it goes up from there. It's a pattern. That's okay.
I just stopped where the story told me to stop. I listened to my characters.
There you go. You got to listen to the characters, most definitely.
Exactly. So this one was about 7.2 hours of completed audio, which is how they get paid for completed audio. We estimated this one's going to be about 22 hours of content. So obviously they're talented. They work hard. So they need to get paid for their services. And I am a school teacher, which I do it for the love, not for the money. So I've been working like 100 extra hours this year to save up for half of this.
Wow.
But it's been a challenge, but one that I'm doing because I believe in Lexi and Logan and this project and you guys. So I'm hoping to maybe get a little help for the last part so we can get the last part of the book.
Most definitely. Well, and let me throw the Kickstarter up here for us to be able to see. I've got the down below. We're watching. There is the link to this. It doesn't go active till next week, but you can get to it here. The little notify button, which is always helpful. I have actually selected the notify button.
Thank you. Yes, I need at least 10 people to click that, or it's not going to show me how many people are viewing it for some reason.
Oh, so click the notify button, even if you can't pledge right now. Click that notify button. That helps out Morgan, and that way we can have a really good idea of how many people are checking it out, and hopefully be able to get this Kickstarter kicked out and off on a good foot there. So
and you'll get updates too from the Kickstarter when you click that.
And that's just exciting because that's what I need. I need that reminder that hey, you've got to do this. So Morgan, last year I pledged, and then I got the book, and I listened to the book.
What?
And you're right. I was enthralled with it. I was like, what do you mean it's over? It can't be over. The story's not over yet. What's going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, oh, okay. There's another one coming. Yes, okay.
he was like,
I should have told him there's a second one.
So I'm really excited for this because I'm like, oh, okay, good. We're gonna finish this story. So
we'll have to get your thoughts on it.
Well, I really enjoyed it. I do have some questions for you about it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, how much of Val is you?
She's what I want to be.
Okay.
So the nerdy parts are me.
Well, and I kind of guessed some of that, right? Because I'm listening
the elementary teacher's me.
Yeah, the elementary school teacher.
The monster
hunting. I would love to do that.
Yeah, don't lie to us. You can tell us if you're a secret monster hunter. Just shake your head.
Chief might be watching. I can't.
Got it. That's important. You don't want to spoil.
No,
Chief is very autobiography. Oh no.
So how many of your friends picked themselves out as characters in there? Because some of your, the kindergarten friend teachers, I'm like, there has to be a story with that.
You really paid attention. I'm so honored.
Well, I really enjoyed it. It was amazing.
He was talking about it. He was bragging about it, right after he did it, and then read it or had it read to him.
Yep, which is always the best way for me.
And Lexi Logan
makes it easy.
So. And Lexi Logan made it great, right?
Yeah, they were great. They were very fantastic.
They're
great
wonderful.
Voices. They had great timing together. It was really good. So I'm like, wow, that was really amazing. So
I only picked the best.
We'll see. There you go.
The teachers, though. So there's Lindsay is made up, the cute bubbly one. So she's just a made up fun character. But
we know kindergarten teachers like that. I mean,
you do.
I know kindergarten teachers like that. There has to be somebody out there that's it.
They're like, oh, I'm a Lindsay. Yeah.
Exactly.
But Christy and Sherry are from when I worked at Farmington as a paraprofessional. They were my two besties over at the middle school. That makes
sense.
And I put their personalities in those characters.
It came out. I'm like, these have to be based on somebody because this is just really in depth there. So I'm like, okay, and it flowed really well. It wasn't like you were over giving details, but it fit in the story so well. So I'm like, okay, all right. This is Morgan's life. I got that. So she's really a monster hunter. So Jeremy though, is he based on anybody?
Actually, no, not a real person.
Because I kind of want to punch him, but I kind of want to like him, right? He's like, he comes across as that jock in high school sort of thing, and I'm like, stop being a jerk. I'm going to punch you in the face, and then you're like. Which is really interesting because you made him a part of the bringers. So that was what was fascinating to me. I'm like, wow, okay. He's not a hunter. He's a bringer, but he comes across as a total jerk sometimes.
He can't get his clothes dirty. That's why he's a bringer.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense, totally.
He's arrogant, yeah. No, Jeremy actually I was just trying to think of somebody opposite of Val, and literally, I don't even look at my fingers when I type. Like, he takes over my body, and what he says, I keep in the book. Sometimes I'm like, "What the bleep are you saying, dude?" But whatever, people love him.
So that's a thing with writers, and I don't think people who don't write don't understand it. Because I transitioned from that to writing for the newspaper, which you can't do that.
Oh no, right.
It all has to be factual. And it was very hard because I'm used to just letting my characters just explore the world that I create for them. And then they get to and they take me on the adventure. So I
Right,
get that.
right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as the author, sometimes you're just the vessel. Like the stories, you were the chosen one. I was Jeremy's chosen one. So which good for Logan because now he's got a job.
Exactly. Now, the two really fun characters. They were a really good balance.
Yeah.
I did wonder, I'm like, is this an ex-boyfriend? Is this does Morgan like the bad boys? Is that what it is?
Morgan, is your husband a bad boy?
No, no, he's a nerd.
I've met him. Not even he did not hit me as a bad boy.
No, I was that rare girl who did it. Yeah, no, I like the nerdy boys. Now, Jeremy, as a fictional character, I love him. In real life, I'd probably also punch him in the face.
Yeah, right. That was exactly where I'm like, okay, he's fun, but I'm envisioning the guy. I'm like, okay, I just want to hate you, but but I'm going along with Val. Like I'm pro Val. I'm team Val.
You're a hunter.
The thing with that, and the thing with a good writer, is that they're going to get their characters are going to come across in a very like polarizing way. You're either going to love them or hate them if they're a really good character. And the best characters you start out hating, and then you kind of like them by the end, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So just that, Professor's like, I want to hit him, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay,
Right.
Right. That's really, and when he actually when he humanizes himself and lets himself be human, which was a great step in there of especially when he lost control in the first book at that one point, and then he's coming back, and I'm like, okay, now I can deal with him because he's not so just always cocky. He makes mistakes too. I'm like, okay, all right.
He was taken down a notch.
He was taken down a notch. He was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. So I really enjoyed it, Morgan. So I'm just telling you, I'm looking forward to this one. So I'll be jumping in on that Kickstarter early and making sure to pledge because I want to get my copy because I know myself, if I buy the physical book, it'll sit on my end table for a while.
Sure.
And I will, I want to read that, but I'm not making time to do it. But if I listen to it, then I'm like, okay, I can put it in the car on my way to work. And
yeah. And that's why I started this, because I had several people at conventions like, oh, I love books, but I don't have time, or I don't want to, I like to listen to them. I'm like, okay, so that's why I considered investing in this type of medium, because I already had ebook and paperback.
Right.
Now I also have people go, audiobook. So I'm just like, well, okay, but you have all three choices. There's no excuse.
You can pick your poison, right?
Well, here's the thing. I'm a purist when it comes to books.
Sure.
I love turning a page. However, with the job I currently have, I don't have time to read. I really don't. But I can put a CD or download something from a podcast or or anything like that and listen to it while I'm driving to my assignments and I still get that literature hunger, satisfied while I'm not actually sitting with a book in front of me. And it's kind of sad for me, but at the same time, I appreciate authors like you who do that, because our world has changed and evolved so much that time is now something that is very at a premium for a lot of people. And a lot of people have huge commutes or are on the road a lot, and you can't read and drive.
No.
You can, but it's not recommended.
We shouldn't do that. My cop friends would be like, "No, did you tell people to do that?"
We're saying it's not a good idea.
But you can drive and listen.
You can,
and still get that whole feel of reading a book and having great voice actors like you have. It makes all the difference, because it's not just a narrator, going through and just narrating the book like that.
No.
You're like,
well, I started to get Spirit Vision to be an audiobook about 9 or 10 years ago. And my publisher, she's like, they're just going to read it very straightforward. I'm like, I don't want that. I want an anime style person. She goes, that doesn't exist. So I was really nervous when I started doing this 2 years ago. And Logan, especially, he's like, you're going to get every character. I'm getting into this, and his voice is just
they're really good. Yeah,
yeah, like the Minion. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Like he still goes, there's more Minion, right? In book 2, there's more Minion. I want to do that voice again.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So they are actors at their core.
Right.
We're not just voice actors. Like we're still a type of actor. And I think sometimes they get misrepresented as that. And I said, act away. I'm like, I trust you. Here's my guidelines. After that, go nuts. And it's better than my wildest dreams. So
right. And that's great that you allow them to do that. And they are actors, like voice actors. A lot of the time people think that they're just reading off a script and we're going to do a funny voice and we're going to do, but the inflection and the way they present words is just as important as if they were on stage.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think it's harder because you have to depict every emotion in just your voice.
You're exactly right. I was going to say that. Yeah. Oh, and you also don't have someone to act across with.
Oh, yeah.
So as you're doing a voice acting, you're usually in a studio recording. You're part of it. And so you don't have that interaction with the other person. You may get a little bit of that, but most of the time it's just straightforward.
On your own.
As an actor, previously having done acting, not paid for, just, because it was fun. It's so much easier if you got somebody to play off of and doing that. So I total respect for voice actors. Yes. They're amazing. They're a great genre of acting. And, anybody that wants to downplay them, just watch Critical Role. And these guys are phenomenal actors. What are you talking about? So.
Right. My favorite celebrities are voice actors personally. And they're so friendly too. They're awesome.
Right.
They're so friendly because they're so underappreciated in mainstream, which is sad because who didn't have a favorite cartoon growing up?
Right.
Like, even if you are not a fan of anime, which we all are, but if you're not a fan of anime and you're not a fan of cartoons now as an adult, you had a favorite cartoon growing up, and that cartoon character was voiced by somebody.
Right.
And half the time you didn't know who it was.
No.
Now they give them credit. Like, I remember watching shows and they didn't give voice actors credit.
Right.
Just the voices of, and then it would list them, but you didn't know who played who or anything like that. So it's such a great thing that you're doing by allowing them to act with your characters and play around with your characters, as long as they stick with who they are, that's great because you allow them to bring in some of their creativity to match yours.
Oh, and they're so professional too. Like, they have people who go for the audio and make sure it follows it word by word. And then they're called pickups. So when they have oops, I said in instead of, so they'll go back and they'll fix it. And so they're still professional while having fun. But yeah, Lexi and Logan, I can tell they enjoy their job because they've done so many videos for my Kickstarter, for example, for my Instagram, for my Facebook, without getting paid because they love those characters. And they're like, hey, we want to promote you. And I'm like, I want to promote you. So I write reviews for them too. I'm listening to their audiobooks too. So I'm a big supporter of hashtag support creatives, creative support creatives. So, and I'm really lucky that they're willing to do that. So that's why we want this book to succeed for everybody.
Well, that's part of the mission of Geeky KOOL is to help promote other creators.
Yes.
That's kind of our thing. So we love that. So
kind of what we're known for.
Yeah.
Everybody always tells me, "Oh my gosh, you're like the girl from Geeky KOOL," and I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "I saw when you had this person on, and they're a really cool artist," or "I saw when you had this person on." Like, they don't really talk about me and Professor very often. But they talk about our guests, which, to be fair, that is all that matters to me. I know that is all that matters to that man over there. We just want to showcase all the great geeky, cool stuff that's going on. And we have creative friends like you and that are doing some cool things. We love supporting that.
We do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I love supporting you guys too and being a part of the team.
We love having you because your voice is a unique, wonderful voice for us.
I get told that a lot. You're so unique.
Well, but in a site that's full of geeks that have their own fandoms. That's a
true.
wonderful thing. I mean, this is like, like, oh, you're so nerdy. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, no,
What else do you want to say? You're unique. Yeah, great. Thank you. I like that. We love what I didn't want was Geeky Kool just to be my voice. I wanted it to be a community voice and to be able to have other people that things that I may not be as adept at be able to talk about, because I think that's awesome. And so you being able to talk anime and being able to talk all the things that you talk about in some of your lists, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff I need to see here.
Professor didn't watch anime for a really long time.
Well, I watched Voltron and Battle of the Planets and.
Okay, so Professor didn't watch manga.
That's just animation.
Yeah. He didn't watch manga-inspired anime.
And that's true. That is probably. I do remember in the 90s, the late 90s, there was one of the local stations would have like really cool anime, like on Friday nights at like 11 or something. I'd stay up and watch it. There was some really cool stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. So I like it. I just need to kind of know where to find my groove with it. So and I found something I really like. But,
that's what's great though about Geeky Kool is we have people who adore anime.
That's true.
Like Morgan. Morgan is all about the anime. She's I always tell people she's my little Totoro friend, but and then we have people who are, movie fanatics and book fanatics and all that stuff. We have kids who play video games and
right.
So but it's just a great thing, and I love that you're part of our team, Morgan.
Me too.
Thank you.
I love how you write. In not just with us, but in your writing. I love how you're descriptive and you paint a scene in a beautiful way, which is not as easy as it sounds.
No, not at all.
Characters, you're either good at one or the other, usually, to start with, like a natural talent. You are either naturally talented at creating a scene or naturally talented at creating characters. And I feel like you're one of those people who can bridge both of those in a really extremely proficient way. And so it's really cool.
Thank you.
You're going to bring Danny? There you go. I've tried to fight to bring on the comments, but AJ usually beats me, and I usually can't pull them out. So I just started letting her do it. She's got it. So.
That's fine.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Danny. I know he's working really hard right now, so getting ready for that summer season. His job is very busy in the summertime. So thank you for watching.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Danny.
But your work, I mean, I've been a fan of yours since I met you, and I don't 2015?
Yeah.
So really,
I know.
so long. It's so long. Back then you didn't have nearly as many books under your belt.
No. Like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah. But I have watched you grown as a writer and as a person, and I'm super proud of you. So anything we can do to help with this Kickstarter, and we just want people to know about it. So let's dive into a little bit of the Kickstarter. So it's not live yet.
No. 1 week.
Do you want to add it up to the stream again?
Yes.
We'll pull that up there. There we go.
There we go. If it'll come up.
Nope.
I was going to say, I thought I had it up. And
I know, and then it just kind of just there. So besides the notify me on launch, I know Kickstarter works in a way that people can fund you and they get things for at different levels of funding.
Yes.
So can you explain some of the things that some of your
Yeah.
fun?
Yeah, some of the goodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's 10 different packages. I always do that. So the cheapest one's always $1 because I understand some people don't have a lot of money.
Mhm.
But for even just $1, Lexi or Logan will read your name and the thank you credits at the end of the audiobook.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, because some people just do $1 and you just get like a thank you. And obviously, I'm going to send you a thank you email as well. But I'm like, no, you deserve to get something because you took the time and the effort to send me $1, and every little bit counts. So,
yes,
I appreciate that. So then it goes from like there's a $1, $5, and you get more and more stuff with each one. The ultimate package is $200, but you get like a whole bunch of items and some exclusive stuff just in that package. So I'm excited about that. Or if you don't want a package, you can just click certain items, just like, hey, I just want these 3 stickers. Okay, that's fine. Or some people don't need like actual belongings or like personal things. So they go, hey, here's just $10. And I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm still going to send you a thank you.
right.
Because that's just how I am. But goodies are always fun.
Yes.
So yes, the goal is 2,500, and I have stretch goals. So if we go beyond that, like we did last year, there'll be extra goodies that people will get as well. So some of those have been revealed, some of them are secret. So I'm excited about that.
You did just say the word sticker.
Oh yes. I think that's AJ's magic word right now, I'm guessing. Yes, I can show those off real quick.
Because we love your illustrations.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Hunter and Ringer stickers. They're kind of hard to see with my lighting. Sorry.
That's okay. That's really cool.
Give me just a
No, you're
second.
good. It's my lighting, probably.
Nope, that's not the one we want.
Professor can be the star. It's okay.
We want Morgan up here.
No.
Morgan up here. There we go. There we are. That's what we're talking about.
Okay. So it's if you're Team Val, Professor.
Team Val.
This is her sticker. So the Hunters is silver. It's got a book, bow and arrow, sword, and the Missouri flower, state flower, which is the hawthorn, on it.
Very cool.
And they're really big. They're like 2.5 inches.
Wow.
Custom made by my artist. And then I have a sticker person. And then we have Jeremy Bringers right here, which is a bronze. So they have a shield, beaker. Beaker, magnifying glass. It's been a while since I actually stared at this. A scale, because they don't fight. They're like PETA. I love PETA, but it's a joke in the book. Val's like, oh, PETA tree huggers. And then we have a secret organization sticker, which read book 2, you'll figure out what it means. So right now it's going to be mystery.
Oh, see, that gives us some clues of some revelation that you have to read the book.
Yeah, but you get all 3 for $12, and that includes shipping. And then this is cool. I got this custom made from someone from Etsy. So it's all 10 of my books in a shelf sticker.
Nice. That is awesome. Yeah.
With my actual spines and publishing companies at the bottom.
That's awesome.
This will be $5. Yeah. So I bought some of her stuff from like my Percy Jackson book series because that's my favorite. Rick Riordan is my favorite author. I've done some things on Geeky KOOL about him.
Yep. Yes, you have.
Once the series comes out, I'm just should be dropping.
It's like I save money. I have a fund. It's always there. Yes. That's awesome. I know stickers are a huge thing, but your illustrator, we've talked about this.
Yes.
Your illustrator is amazing.
Isn't she? I love Susie.
She is, and she brings those characters into fruition in a stunning way, and it's very anime style, which is very you, but it has this like quirkiness to it, and you know what I'm talking about. It's like this quirkiness, and she brings such a beautiful style. So when you said stickers, I was like, oh, she got some illustrations going on there.
I do. My illustration exclusive for Patreon Kickstarter this time is by my friend Coffee Allen, who I've met at a couple conventions, and it's ink of the 4 main characters.
Oh, wow.
So, which Galen and Kessler have a bigger part in book 2. So they're included.
Nice.
I don't know how you feel about Galen and Kessler, but
I like Galen and Kessler. Yeah.
Good. A lot of people love Galen because he's like the tough jerk guy. Kessler has mixed reviews because they're like, oh, he's too weak and timid, or he's like my cinnamon roll. my baby.
I'm like, leave him alone.
Right.
He's great. What are you talking about?
He's the guy in the chair.
You're right.
That's what he is.
Exactly.
He's so. I'm glad you like him because some people are like, he's a weakling. I'm just like, my baby.
Like, what are you talking? I could see myself doing that job. That would be my job. Right?
You'd be an analyst,
Yeah,
like that's like an
yeah.
analyst. Be like,
I mean,
you can.
I would like to say I'm a hunter, but I'm probably an analyst. But that's probably true. Well, and that's true. You're right. Yeah.
He's still a hunter. He's just an analyst.
I get that.
And then my friend Cindy makes these little crocheted plushies.
Ooh.
So this is one of them. It's a banana spirit from Japan, which might be a monster featured in the next book. So they're all custom made. And these are $25. And the other one is a stretch goal. So
we got to get there.
We'll have to hurry and get to the goal so we can see what the stretch one is.
Yeah. So
that is super cute.
Thank you.
That is.
I know, because I was like, I need him like scary but cute. And she's like, okay, I got it.
That works, yeah.
Scary but cute.
Yeah. And then my friend Lakota drew the Chubby design for it in the fan book. So she based that off his drawing. And he also did my Kickstarter video, Lakota. He's a very talented artist. So one good thing about conventions, you meet a lot of fabulous, talented people.
This is true. This is very true.
True statement.
And, again, creative supporting creative. So I pay them for a service and we're helping each other out.
Right.
And then this is my favorite. So Val's necklace was the main one for the last Kickstarter, the exclusive. Here's this exclusive. I know you're not Team Jeremy.
It's okay.
Oh,
nice. There you go.
The Jeremy sunglasses. They come in this really awesome wooden box.
Get that.
And it's hard to really see, but that's his signature.
Nice.
So they'll be on all the glasses. And Logan wears these for promotional and recording to channel Jeremy.
I like it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he is into it. I love it. So yeah, that's a few of the goodies. And of course the audiobook as well.
Right.
Is the big draw. You can also get physical copies if you just want like the physical books, or you can also get the ebook versions as well. If you're like, oh, I need to catch up, or oh, I'm missing the fan book. It's on there too. So there you go.
There you go.
Lots of fun stuff. I try to find unique stuff.
Well, that is one of the things that's hard to do. I mean, a lot of Kickstarters have a hard time finding the unique kind of fun
that fits your series.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So thank you for letting me show that off, though.
Well, of course.
Little sneak peek there. Yay.
Yeah.
So which one is Professor wanting other than the audiobook? The sunglasses, probably.
The sunglasses are really cool. But stickers are really cool, too. So I don't know,
The stickers are amazing. I love stickers. I have a thing for paper goods, so that's why I like real books, and I like stickers and postcards. Like I collect postcards, and it's weird, and people are like, what? And I'm like, but I love just the paper feel of things. So.
And that's how I am with comic books, right? If I'm going to read a comic book, I've tried the digital and wanted to save some money going that route, but the comic books, I just, it's something about reading it with the paper. So
yeah, it's like Coffee Allen print too. It'll be like a piece of paper size glossy print, so that would be nice. And then I will say one of the stretch goals, I haven't revealed this yet. So the second stretch goal, this beautiful flower here, which is very exclusive. My artist did that. She had made a beautiful black and white version that I'm going to make into a postcard exclusively for the stretch goal.
Nice. That's awesome.
You said postcard.
Yeah, I love postcards too. So
it's the thing. They're like one of the perfect things to collect on travel because they're always cheap and they're unique and they fit into like a little photo album, so you don't have to have a lot of space in your house. As you can see, space is limited in my house because of my husband.
Space is limited.
I don't have my living room is pretty much full too with my stuff, but not nearly like this. So postcards are great.
Yes,
that's awesome. See, she said stickers and postcards. She's got me hooked.
All right. So the postcards is stretch goal, but the stickers if you don't want a package, you can just buy those individually on the add-ons. So
I'm telling you.
So
we're going to hit that stretch goal. We're going to make sure.
We definitely are.
So there's Lakota's Banana Spirit that the plushie's based on.
That's awesome.
I totally see that. You did such a good job with translating that to crochet.
Cindy did. Lakota cracked me up because he does think of Nickelodeon 90s meets Tim Burton. That's his art style. So that's kind of really cool but grotesque.
Yeah.
So I said, I need a Chubby. And he's like, it doesn't have to be cute, does it? I'm like, just a little bit. He's like, I'll try. And he did phenomenal.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, he's wonderful. And I guess I can show you a sneak peek of chapter 1 real quick. Since it's going to be on the Kickstarter, 18 minutes of chapter 1, which is already finished and edited, is on the Kickstarter for everybody to listen to for free.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
And of course,
so get yourself hooked.
I started at the climax of chapter 1, so get you hooked. I'm not mean at all.
So, Morgan, is there a way for through the Kickstarter or any place else for people to be able to buy the first book if that way they're caught up with the second one on audio?
That's a great question. So if you just want it, yes, you can order it on the Kickstarter during the campaign, or it's also on Audible and Amazon as well.
There you go.
So whichever.
So if you missed the first one, you're gonna want to hear it before you get to the second one. It's vital.
Oh, that is
beautiful. Cool. Yeah.
I like
that's a centis.
I like
which is a Greek monster. Surprise, surprise.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, who would have ever guessed a Greek monster?
I mean, it's Morgan. It's okay.
I mean,
Greek or Japanese.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, it's going to be one of those two. But that's the beauty of it. But you do draw from other, not just Greek. You do draw from other cultures, and you create monsters, your version of those monsters, within the books, which is wonderful. It's such a great thing to do. Anytime you can take something that's known in a culture or known in a history and you can rewrite it in a way that makes it your own, it's a really beautiful thing that you do there.
I agree.
Thank you. Well, it's lots of fun to do that. That's the thing with monsters. There's such a variety. I can just kind of, I like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Don't like that part.
Most definitely. It's like playing D&D, right? You just mix them together and throw it out there.
That's what I do. I have a home brew.
That's what I'm saying. Me too. Me too, Morgan.
I'm in charge.
I like it.
Morgan's like, I'm the DM of this book.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do a game online with some online friends, and I one time one person was the rules Nazi, and it's like, well, that can't be it. I'm like, it's my world, so I made all this up. It's okay, but I'm like, no, just it's okay, really. And then I'll get upset. Something costs more than she thought it should. I'm like, it's okay, really, it's okay.
I mean, welcome to any world that somebody creates, or
exactly.
The world we're in. People determine things all the time I'm not happy with, but it's what it is.
No doubt. But no, yeah. See, writing just lets you be able to channel that and do that on your own, and you don't have to worry about players getting in the way. You just let the characters do what they want to.
I miss writing like that. So jealous. It's a thing. When you stare at a computer all day and write for a living, not creatively, then it's hard to write creatively. But I get to enjoy the writings of so many of my friends who are amazing writers, including Miss Morgan. So,
I'm glad I can help a little bit.
You do. Morgan's so cute. You're so cute, Morgan. You just
arigato. Oh my gosh, that's fun. Yeah, so Lexi actually, as Val has to do Japanese a lot, which since Larry listened to the book, he knows that. And she had so much trouble pronouncing these words, and she goes, "Why do you say this?" So I'd have to send her audio all the time, and she was so precious.
I can see that. Yeah, if you're not used to the Japanese, then you'd be like, I'm used to acting with words, but this is kind of different.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Right.
It's like picking up a whole new language just for a job, like, just for and just bits and pieces of it. And so, yeah, I can imagine. And then the way Japanese is spoken is different than the way it's read.
Yes.
So that would be like a lot, we would read it as Americans in a different way than it's pronounced at all, even though that's how they spell it, like how we spell it over here, but it's not the inflection and the softness of the vowels and all that stuff are completely different than the rules we have in American English. I say American English because it's a totally different language.
Well, I mean, on their resumes, they have to put like accents and dialects because that's part of what their drawl is. They can do certain accents and dialects well, and some, maybe not as well, as long as, and age ranges as well. So their resume is so interesting to look at, which was great. But so I know, so when I did the Google Doc, like here's how this character should sound. Like Jeremy, for example, I said, okay, get Captain America, Iron Man 4. They had a baby. It's Jeremy. That's how I want him to sound. And Logan's like, okay. And he did it.
He did, yeah.
Because he likes Marvel. He likes Marvel. So, and I said, Captain, a timid Peter Parker. He's like, yes. So he was excited about that. But I forgot to put the scene with my parents. I didn't describe my parents' voices. I was like, oh, they're typical Midwestern parents. Like, whatever. Right. Do what you want. And they both called me freaking out. Like, how does your dad sound? How does your mom sound? I don't know.
Like my dad? I don't know.
Like a dad? He's a dad.
Like a dad from Missouri. It's fine.
Yeah. I was like, we don't have a thick accent.
No. Anybody who's from Missouri would understand what you mean by that. But then, you have to be born and raised here and know many, many Missouri dads. It's a thing. Professor is a Missouri dad. It's fine. But I get it when you say that. I was like, oh yeah, I can hear his voice. Like, I don't even know your dad, and I can hear his voice.
Right. And see, like Lexi's from Iowa, so we're not too far off. So she knows what I mean. Like, we talk about Casey's Pizza all the time in our group chat. We're always talking about Casey's Pizza. And Logan's from New York, and he's like, what the heck are you talking about?
Gas station pizza. I'm sure he's rolling over going.
Like, that's a crime here in New York. You don't get your pizza at a gas station.
Well, we asked him, like, well, what's your favorite pizza? He goes, I don't know. He's like, it's everywhere.
Right. Pick it up, yeah.
Our group chat's great.
Like, you're from, like, rural Missouri. Like, I would say, like, you're close enough to a big city, but you teach and live in more of a rural area.
Yeah, that's true.
So Casey's Pizza is a thing.
Most definitely.
Thing.
Hey, and the taco pizza, I don't know I've had any better taco pizza than that.
Yeah, my husband loves the taco pizza from Casey's. It's like, Lex just wants plain cheese. It's a weird thing.
The mac and cheese pizza, it's limited, but it's really good. Yeah.
We know what Morgan's having for dinner tonight.
Well, if they don't have it right now, and again, Neil's like, or Logan's like, what are you talking about? Mac and cheese pizza?
That's a crime. What are you doing?
Well, have you talked to him about like cashew chicken yet?
Oh no, I hadn't thought about that. I think New York has everything.
No, Springfield style cashew chicken. I had a friend who literally moved here from New York, and she had no idea what cashew chicken was. So,
Brian, thanks for joining us. Yeah, most definitely.
Hi, Brian. Brian's a good friend of mine.
Brian's show. Brian's really good. So thank you for joining us, Brian, and joining our show. We appreciate it. So.
I agree. Casey's breakfast pizza is like loaded down with stuff.
It is.
I know. It's so good. It's not good for me, but
Yeah,
oh wait,
yeah,
I have
right.
a Kickstarter coming up. I'm sorry, I got off topic.
That's okay. Here's the
My
thing.
bad.
Because people love to get to know the authors of books, and getting to know you a little bit is important. So you can get off track a little.
You can buy me a Casey's breakfast pizza slice, and I'll be your best friend. There you go.
I thought maybe it's a stretch goal that if we hit $7,500 dollars, everybody gets a Casey's pizza. So there you go.
No, I can film myself taking a bite and saying thank you to every backer. Yeah, that would I'll do it.
Morgan eating a Casey's pizza just for you.
Okay. So here's my thought, okay? I think that you come up with a pizza based on each of the 4 main characters. What would they have on their pizza?
Oh,
I think you make that a list. I think you make that a list.
Okay.
And you figure out what those 4 characters would like on their Casey pizza.
I like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, they all have their own little style. They have everybody. You can tell a lot about what people put on their pizza.
Yeah.
So,
Galen, I immediately know his. So I
already know his.
I don't know if I like it, but I'll do it. I'll try it. Other thing is everybody else. He would have the meat supreme. He's a manly man.
All the meat. Man, yes. Yeah.
All the meat.
No veggies.
No darn veggies. No.
That's he's my husband. We go get pizza and it's like, he likes the taco pizza. That's the only pizza he'll have with like vegetables on it. Everything else is just meat. It's like, dude, you want some mushrooms, some peppers, some anything? He's like, no. There's no world that happens.
Yeah. Galen's also a piece that have to have a scar down the middle because he's got a facial scar.
Yes.
And the story of how that happened, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
In the book. I was like, oh, okay. Here's this guy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you just made this character who tries to put everything off to not only relatable, but you're like, my heart's broken for him. Oh my gosh.
I succeeded.
You did. So I was like, I'm listening along. I'm like, okay, all right, this will be interesting. He's going to call her some names or what? What is going on? He's just opening up. I'm like, oh my gosh, wow. So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Lexi and Logan said that's the part they cried when they first read the book.
Well, yeah. Because that really brings you in. I think I was crying while driving.
Oh no.
driving back from Kansas City going, what's going on?
Oh my god.
How can you make this character who's just kind of
water from my eyes?
Oh, what's going on? I gotta drive.
Oh gosh. I appreciate you liking that, but I have a funny story about Galen's creation if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah, we want to hear it.
Okay. Yeah. So today is actually Kingdom Hearts Day, so this story is fitting. So I'm wearing one of Sora's necklaces. So it's the 21st anniversary since it was released, which is just mind-boggling.
That's mind-boggling, yeah.
I know. So my least favorite character of any
80s,
video
right?
game.
20 years ago had to be the 80s, right?
Sure. No,
yeah, okay.
I wish. But my least favorite character of all time in any video game is Xigbar. Okay, I just cannot stand this character. He caused me so much pain as a teenager. I can't stand the guy. Can't stand him. So I wanted to make like a veteran hunter character. And I'm sitting here like, maybe I can challenge myself to use Xigbar as my inspiration, blah, and make him semi-tolerable for me. So I took Xigbar's personality and a little bit of his looks and made Galen. Yep, and that's what I got.
I can see that.
I love how you're like, and make him tolerable to me. You're like,
but then you make him really tolerable because you're like, oh my gosh, what this guy went through.
he was like, well,
yeah, I was worried I made it too violent, but then everybody's like, oh, good. I'm like, I guess I did it right. Okay.
You did it right, Morgan.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So a lot of people actually ship Galen and Val, which cracks me up. I don't know. That is cracking you up too. I just like, okay, whatever ship you want. Whatever ship you want.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a poll. You should do that as a poll. You should be like, who do you ship Val with, and like list the people.
Most people, it's Valamy is Jeremy and Val. They already have a ship name, Valamy.
Oh wow! Wow, there you go.
Yeah, I have some people that are like dead set on that one too, which is wonderful. And Lexi is Team Valamy as well. Logan's like, we'll see what happens. I guess he's acting like Jeremy. He's like, oh, the girls love me. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so fun.
I really love that you brought Springfield in and brought him to that nightclub, which I'm like, oh, I gotta find this nightclub. Where is this?
Made it up.
I figured that.
You have to visit Morganland.
You'll get lost.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Wonder.
I know. Lexi was like, I love this Mexican goth club. And I'm like, okay, it's not real, but okay.
Right. Well, I knew it wasn't real.
Can we make it
because I'm like, but that was a thought. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I love Missouri. I think it's a great muse. So I use it in all of my books. So it was really fun to do that. And now Jeremy's not originally from Missouri. I haven't said that yet, but it's pretty obvious.
Right.
I'm curious if they want to guess where he's from. So I think that's kind of funny to guess where he's from. Yeah. So you have to do it now. I'm just like, he's I'm sorry.
You know where he's from, right? You know where he's from, and yeah. She's like,
I do. Yeah.
He's clearly from France. He's French.
He's from France.
France.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I know his Gucci watches and all of that. Oh my gosh! All the research I had to do on fancy
clothes. Exactly, fancy clothes, and he doesn't fight. He's French.
No. He's from Tampa.
Oh no, Florida man.
He's a Florida man. He's from Tampa. My son just moved back from Tampa, and he's like, Mom, the best thing about Tampa was the fashion. So,
and also my Vice theme is running through my head. I don't know.
Yeah, all the designers I had to look up for Jeremy, and I just put outfits together for him. And I was like, well, that's like my paycheck for the month on that outfit. Okay.
Right.
As somebody who designs clothes, I know.
Yeah, but for Jeremy, it was so fun to do.
Right.
Yeah. And Val's like,
it's his money.
It's fictional money you get to spend.
Yeah, fictional money. Throw it away. Yeah. Val's just like, I shop at Goodwill.
Right. She's like, I'm a teacher. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm a hunter. I got monster guts on me.
My parents are middle class Missourians. What do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna barbecue. I don't know.
What's great about you set like a lot of your stories in Missouri. What's great about it is because Missouri has such diversity in its ecosystems and its areas, and it's got some. We have some of the biggest cave systems in the country, and we have one of the largest national forests in the country, and we have all of these places. So that really, all those places make for some really good, like, you can imagine monsters living in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, monsters could hide in the Mark Twain National Forest, and we would never know. It's so big. So I love that you can take what you know, and you can, you know.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun to do that. And in Missouri as the hub, like for the United States branch was fun because not only are we in the middle, but like you said, we have such a diverse territory. So not only could monsters hide, but the organizations could hide from
right.
as well. Because Val talks about in the book a couple of times how difficult it is if you're not a hunter to get to the facilities. And it's hinted that the bringers basically they're covered, so they don't know how to get to the facilities as well without a hunter because they're visiting. We never see the bringer base yet. I can only imagine.
Are we going to?
I haven't planned it yet, but there might be a third book coming out. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It's a possibility.
Because I have thought about that. I'm like, I wonder what the bringer.
Okay.
So when you're describing it, I'm like, okay, I wonder how this differs. Yeah, and then Jeremy's in there coming in and working out. You're like, do you think you own the place? I mean,
yes.
What kind of security would your place have? I mean, if this is what's allowed, and then I almost picture it as a frat boy club, because that's kind of. I'm like, I don't know. So, but yeah, I would be very interested to get that understanding of what the bringers facility is. Just
probably a lot of peace kumbaya circles, most likely. I don't know, for something like with Father Stillman, who's basically Mr. Rogers.
He really is, yeah.
He's Mr. Rogers. They mentioned that in a wheelchair. That's basically
in a wheelchair, exactly.
Yeah,
Professor X is Mr. Rogers.
He's so sweet, though. I love Mr. Stillman or Father Stillman. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned frat boy. So when I was auditioning males for the role of Jeremy, I got quite a few auditions, and I think at least 4 or 5. I'm not kidding. The line where it says "Brother Ethan, Brother Seth, bros," they did it like a frat boy, like Brother Ethan, Brother Seth, bros, and I'm like, that is not how Jeremy talks. And I'm just like, nope. It was bad.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you auditioned for the book, this is why you were rejected, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, the actors weren't bad by any means. And there was other factors as well. But I'm like, there's no indication in the rest of the lines that indicate. I mean, I'm from Missouri and I say bro. Don't say it like that. So I was like, okay. So yeah, bro. So when Logan auditioned, I was like, please don't say it like a frat boy, please. And he did. I was like, thank the Lord.
And that's why he got the job.
Right.
No, not why he got the job, but it helps.
Yes. One of the many reasons he got the job.
The reason I said frat boy wasn't necessarily how they talked. It was more of how they kind of congratulated themselves and talked about all the girls and like, okay, all right, whatever, you can.
They're very egotistical.
Very egotistical, yeah.
Like
very egotistical for somebody who doesn't want to fight.
Right, which is what you think when you think frat boy. Because when I think frat boy, I think of like the 1980s TV shows and movies where there was the frat boys that were like full of themselves and like, all the women love me. Look at me. Oh,
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, that's exactly where I was going.
Revenge of the Nerds. Yes. Oh, no, that's funny.
Nerds.
I could see that because Jeremy was a football star too, so that's funny.
Yep.
We're not spoiling much, guys. Anybody who's worried that you have to cover your ears. We're not really spoiling much.
It's little details. We're giving you little tidbits of these characters so that you can like them, and then you can go read the books or have the books read to you.
Yes, Lexi and Logan, which is awesome. So there's a funny part in the Kickstarter video. Lexi and Logan did this with the first one too. So they are Val and Jeremy. I'm talking to Val and Jeremy for the book, and then they come on screen as their characters and interact. And of course they bicker, shock. And there's a part at the end where Lexi acts like Jeremy. Like she's like, "Oh, I'm freaking Jeremy Darrington. Where's my hair gel?" Oh, it's hilarious. So I can't wait for you guys to see the Kickstarter video. You can ignore my parts if you want, but at least watch Lexi and Logan.
No, that'll be a lot of fun.
Jeremy.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the
That's
script for them. Yeah. And then, again, they don't have to do that. They just did that because they're amazing people. So, and I can tell they had fun though.
See, there you go. Well,
yeah,
you know,
and
as an actor, if you get to actually do that and go out on camera with it, you're like, okay, not only do I get to voice it, but I could actually be up front for a moment. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're talking about for new narrators, they're trying to coach new narrators up and coming and talking about how getting out in unique ways in social media helps them as well to get their voice out there. Yeah. So even if they don't want us to show their face on camera, yeah, they can still like vocally do little fun videos of their characters they're portraying or for auditions and stuff like that. Because we are definitely an internet world.
Yeah.
We definitely are.
Yeah, for sure. But well, yes, I appreciate all the love, guys.
I adore you, Morgan.
We do.
I think that you are super talented. Like I said a couple times already, I'm so proud of you. I did get to meet you when you were not first starting out, but you were still a newbie when it comes to being an author and being,
absolutely,
like having your voice heard. It was still, I could tell at the time it was something that made you a little nervous being in front of people a little and stuff. And I've just loved to see you grow in your writing, but also grow as a person. So I'm just super proud of you.
Oh, I love being with you. Like AJ was just this magical energy and so sweet, and we just bonded over Totoro. I mean, I don't know many people who go around and just go meep, 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 and like point at people with an umbrella.
I handed people little golden acorns. Yes. I planted golden acorns. And then Morgan was the only person. They had these little miniature trees, because they were, it was a convention with gaming, and so they had this set up with those little miniature trees, and I was over there doing the little Totoro rain grow dance, and no one knew what I was doing, and all of a sudden Morgan comes over and she starts doing it with me. I was like, she's my new Totoro friend, so she's my little Totoro.
That's awesome.
It was so fun. I got to wear my Totoro dress the next day, and I brought my cat bus plushie, and we just pranced around the con just for the heck of it. It was so much fun.
Did it? It was fun.
Sounds like the thing to do. Right.
Yeah.
So
that's what.
Morgan,
conventions do that. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any upcoming events that you're going to be going to or attending? I know you do a lot of cons and book signings and that sort of thing. Do you have anything on the calendar? I
have Cape Anime on Saturday. I'm not selling my books, but I'm helping out Heroes for Kids, which is a fantastic charity. So they, for people who don't know, they dress up in cosplay from all kinds of nerd mediums. So DC, Marvel, anime, movies. So we have such a good time. And a lot of them are like officers, firefighters, veterans, people who work with kids in the community. Teachers apparently get to go into that, which I appreciate.
There you
go. I met them several years ago, and they're just fantastic people, Lonnie and Jessica and Dennis, who run it. So everything there, 504, a nonprofit organization. So they get donations from celebrities, like autographs and items. So if you purchase something from them, all of the money goes to 2 charities of their choice. They usually do a local and a national. So it is fantastic. I haven't decided if I'm going to cosplay or just be helping, because they have 2 events going on that same day. So Lonnie's in one place with half the crew, and Jessica's at Cape with me and a couple other people. And Saturdays the cons are busy. Yeah, so maybe I'll do something. Yeah, I've had some She-Ra requests, so we'll see.
And what time and where at? Yeah, what time is it and where at?
So it's on Saturday, which is I think April 1st, I believe.
Yes.
Saturday,
April 1st.
It's at the Drury Plaza in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And it's Cape Anime Con. They also have a Comic Con in the fall. So it's only Saturday and Sunday. Sunday I have church things I have to do, so I'll just be there Saturday. But that doesn't mean you can't come, because it's still going to be awesome. There's going to be a cat cafe as well. I think tickets are $15 for a day pass, which is not bad.
That's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and all the vendors are good friends of mine. They're wonderful people, wonderful creatives. They'll have like a small, I don't know if it's a cosplay contest, but sometimes they're doing something for cosplay in the afternoon. And like I said, the cafe is there. There's going to be panels. The big guest is, I don't know if you've seen Encanto, Disney's Encanto.
Yeah.
So Dolores is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
And, she is super duper sweet. I met her at Fanboy Expo in Tennessee last year. She is so sweet. She loves teachers, so she gave me an extra autograph in my classroom, which was super nice.
See, there you go. That's awesome, right there.
And she cosplays her character for the kids, which is really wonderful too. So she's our main person, and then Morgan Berry, who's an anime voice actress, will be there. And there's another gentleman, I can't recollect his name. So we have 3 voice actors.
That's
there.
amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's very family friendly too. So that's this Saturday. After that, though, I don't think I have anything till the summer. So, because it's just kind of hectic at school this year.
Yeah.
Well, you got to finish up that school year, and then you got to start planning for your next school year.
Next year, summer school, map testing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Having been a school counselor, map testing. Oh my God, that's just.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. Being a teacher's hard enough. I can't imagine a counselor.
Yeah. I love that was my favorite job outside of Geeky KOOL, was being a school counselor. But yeah, it's the map testing. And I know it's changed since I was last there, but I was like, oh my gosh, really? This is. I mean, you had to keep everything under lock and key, and you had to. I mean,
yes.
It was like, oh my gosh, really? This is silly. But okay, we'll just. I'm not a testing person, so I'm like, okay.
No, I've done all that. I've had to do the shredding. I've had to done the script word by word where people watch you. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah,
because kids care so much.
Is that really why you got into teaching? I think
I'll do it, but because I have to.
Right. Well, yeah, right. It's like with any job, there are parts of it you don't like, and that you're like, okay, I'll do it because that's part of the job, and I got to do it.
Right.
Except for this job. Oh wait, we don't get paid yet, do we, Professor?
Not yet, but hopefully that's my goal. Actually, I was talking to some people at Planet Comic Con Kansas City, and there's some people that may be interested in looking at partnering with us, maybe to even advertise on the site. So we'll have to see. That would be great. Yeah, they're like 14,000. You guys are doing really well. I'm like, yeah, I've been at it for 10 years, so we can. But yeah, we've got a good following. So But so there's some possibilities for things in the future, and if payment ever comes around, there will be payments for everybody.
And I loved
they're all ones, and they're gone. Sorry.
Here's a quarter to you, and a quarter to you.
Yep. Here you go. Don't spend it one place.
I'll take it.
I mean, we do it now for free, so we love you, Professor. So it's all good.
Exactly.
Oh no, but this is my favorite job.
I love my job here, so this is great.
Like if we could figure out a way to just do this full time.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god!
I keep thinking maybe it involves the lottery and winning it, but I don't know. That's not happened yet, so I can't tell. But then I also have to play, which I don't do very much. So.
It's not just us. It's also some of our other friends I know would love to be able to do what they do full time. So.
Yeah, most definitely. Now Morgan's got a cool job being a teacher, though.
I know.
So
Morgan's the cool teacher.
That's true. do you act like Val in the classroom? That's what I want to know.
When she's in her kindergarten mode?
Yeah.
The song she sings in the classroom, that's inspired by something, and I'm like, all right, put your bubbles in your mouth so you don't get in trouble. So yeah,
when I heard that, I'm like, that's such a Morgan thing. She has to see it in her classroom. Has to see that in her classroom.
Oh yeah. So I'll of those things I've said before in trainings, or I've just come up with, and Lexi was like, "Oh, these are so fun! It's so cute to pretend to be a teacher." I'm like, "Yeah, it's great. We do it all the time. it's great." I feel like the Disney princesses are like, "I can't not smile."
Pretty hands and smile.
Have you ever disdained a principal like Val disdained Jeremy when he came in?
Oh no! I mean, I got principals I have a better rapport with than others.
Well, sure, most
but
definitely.
I'm always very respectful because my father taught me and my mother to be respectful, especially of my superiors. But I mean, again, think of Val's perspective. You're just like, oh, there's a random new principal. That's weird. And you're like, oh, bleepity bleep. It's this guy I hate.
Right.
I hate this guy. I don't want to curse. Here? And all these girls are just like, ah. She's just like, ugh. But she also act normal.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I know. When I imagine that scene, I imagine like She's My Cherry Pie is playing or something like that. Like,
I love that. That's great. Yes, the wind's blowing.
Yes, magical wind. The spikes are perfect. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Ooh.
Oh my god! See, Professor is now like replaying that part in the book, like in his head with She's My Cherry Pie.
I really am. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's
I know.
Great.
I saw it in his face. He's like,
Warrant, let's come on, baby. Let's do it.
You now gave him like music for that scene. Boom.
So when they make the anime of it, now we know what's going to be playing.
That would be great. I have a Hunter and Bringer playlist for public on YouTube. These are songs that like inspired scenes. So, and Lexi and Logan have that too. So I'll add Cherry Pie for you.
Oh, there you go. I love it. That's great. Yeah.
There's a lot of Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus.
Well, yeah, because that's the funny part about Jeremy. You're like, okay, all right. So you're into Disney,
Hannah Montana,
and okay, all right, that's interesting. This is my
I
jam.
think I felt when I wrote the scene. I'm like, oh, that's where we're going with you. Okay, Jeremy. I'm like.
Like, I have no idea who's writing this thing. I'm like,
I swear, I'm just the vessel.
That's great.
Yeah, then everybody freaked out. They're like, "Oh my god, he was Hannah Montana! It's so funny." I'm like,
sure.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You ever feel like that, Morgan? Like your characters know stuff that your readers are going to relate to that you don't? Like the Hannah Montana, like you're writing that and you're like, I don't know why this is coming out like this. Okay. And then people are like, he likes Hannah Montana. Like, and you're like, he knew and I didn't know. He knew.
A couple times, yeah. Spirit Vision had a couple moments like that as well. So there's a scene that Starry is using her powers and she does like a little gun point and her spirit powers come out. And my publicist freaked out. She goes, "Did you put a Yu Yu Hakusho reference in just for me?" And I was like, "Sure."
Yes, I did. I know what that is. Then you go look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Sure. Everything I do is, if you think it's for you, it's for you.
Exactly. So, I mean, love that every reader has a book and every book has a reader. So
that's right.
So,
that's true.
Like that. So, and I mean, Logan's fine with it. He was singing "Nobody's Perfect" for 3 weeks, so that was great. Because he actually sang the thing in the book, but we had to cut it for copyright reasons because it's Disney, which sucks. But it's on my Patreon. You can hear him sing "Everybody Makes Mistakes," which is great. And he's like, "Morgan, Flab, I've been singing that for 3 weeks, and my kids think I'm nuts."
Oh, he secretly loved it. You know.
Just tell him it's the best of both worlds and go on.
Yep. We did a whole script of him saying Hannah Montana title songs. There's like 15 references in there. And he didn't know them all, but he knew when to inflate his voice, and it was fantastic. So,
That's beautiful.
yeah, it's great. And I got him a pink microphone for Christmas. So
There you go.
yeah, he used it on one of his Instagram videos recently.
I love it.
That's awesome. Oh my
They're
goodness.
hilarious. I love them. So we have fun, guys. We work and we play.
See, that's best way to work.
Yes, exactly. It's so much fun. So hopefully we can get it done. Oh, that's my bookmark false. Get it done. Woo!
Get her done, yeah.
Get her done. That's Missouri. Get her done.
Get her done.
It's a thing. But be sure to head over to the Kickstarter for Monsters and Mortals of the Hunter and Bringer Part 2 audiobook and hit the notify me on launch, because you'll want to know when it goes live, and that way you can see all of the amazing things that you can get and support an amazing local author and just all around good person. Like I said, you saved for a long time to start this project. She's a teacher, so let's help her out a little bit, guys, and get over there and let's get her way above. Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I want that postcard, so we need that stretch, okay? It's a selfish reason. It's AJ's selfish reason. But no.
So the goal is to make Morgan have to work for more stretch goals, because we hit these goals so quickly. Where she's going, okay, now what do I do? What am I going to have to put up here now?
That happened. That happened last year too, which I wasn't mad about. But it was like,
right.
You're like, now I have to think of all these things. At least you're prepared for some stretch goals already, which is a good thing. I know a lot of Kickstarter people who go onto Kickstarter don't think that far ahead, because they worry they're not going to even hit their goal. So it's a great thing that you already have those in place. And I just can't wait to see the other little plushie thing, like crocheted plushie that you said coming. I don't know what it is, but if
that's the fourth stretch goal. So
we got to get her there, guys. We got to get it there. So be sure to go on over to Kickstarter. If you are unfamiliar with Kickstarter, head on over there, because you'll find all kinds of amazing, creatively driven projects like this one. And who knows, you might find some really cool things. But be sure to hit Monsters and Mortals.
All right. The link is down below. So click on it. Brian's got a tip for us, so let's pull that up here for him.
Yes, Brian's so wise.
The wise one. Do you want me to get it, or you got it? I can get it right there. I got it. Okay, fine, you get it. That's what I get for trying to grab it.
You mentioned it, and I was like, grabbed it. Yes.
That's a great pro tip, Brian. Thank you. That's exactly right. Yeah. Click on that notify. Like I have done. Click on that notify, so you'll be notified. I'm doing it
right after this. I promise.
There's at least two. Let's get more.
I believe you. I love it. And I am Kickstarter made me I can't remember the term. It's like a backer you can trust or something, because I was so on point with getting my prizes and stuff last time. So also should help me with the algorithm. And if we get a lot of love also, then Kickstarter will also be like, hey, this is a project we like, so we want Kickstarter to like us too.
Most definitely, because you want Kickstarter to be promoting those, so that would be great, guys.
So Brian's already hit that notify. So guys, go and follow Brian. Hit that notify me.
There's no reason we can't have 10 by next week. So let's get that 10, and then next week let's rock out the Kickstarter. So
yes, absolutely, I would appreciate it. And I'll keep advertising. You're probably gonna get sick of my face and my notifications, but
never.
Well, and you can come on and help promote it anytime, Morgan. Just tell us to say, hey, can I come on and talk about it again? Yes, of course you can. We love you. So,
hey, Morgan, even if you want to just do a video, and I know you do videos for your Patreon and your Facebook page and your Instagram, but if you would like to share that on our Facebook page as well and on Geeky Kool, feel free to do that.
Yeah. We can even create an article on that video. So, and that's very easy to do for us.
Thank you. Yeah, I did do one on the 20th, just listing the packages and stuff. So if you guys go to Geeky Kool, so a little promotion for both of us, you can see those as well. And the other articles that I write as well. And all of our wonderful people there. Because like I said, I love that we're a big nerd community.
We are. That's our whole goal. That was Professor's whole goal, was just to bring together a bunch of nerdy, geeky people. Look, she's got her Jeremy glasses on.
She does.
I
She's all cooled out.
I do.
Like,
channeling the bringers.
See, right then, I'm just like, I'm never going to be as cool as Morgan. It's just going to happen. That's just how it is.
They're Darrington's glasses. They're not mine.
So
yeah, but a little part of you lives there. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay, Morgan. I don't have to be as cool as you because I'm friends with you.
I just want to say, Morgan, if you had a hunter shirt, I would wear it. I'd wear it a lot, just so you know.
Morgan's like,
I'm just telling you. There are probably other fans that would like to have a T-shirt too, with either hunter or bringer, or maybe even together. But I know that's a little expensive. But
she could always do the ship name too.
Yeah, that's true.
Valamy. So my friend Julie actually has made shirts. I can't remember her site at the top of my head, but I can send the link to you guys if we want to put it on Geeky Kool. And you can buy official. It's not for the Kickstarter, but it's merch for Hunter and Bringer, and it supports both my friend Julie, who's done a lot of fan art for me over the years, and us as well. Actually, I don't know if you can see my print in the corner, upper corner, way up there by my keyblade. Okay, that's Val and Jeremy. That's Julie's design. That's on the shirts.
I saw that when you shared it. When Julie.
Yeah, and I wear those on a lot of promotional videos. Like the Kickstarter video, I'm wearing that shirt.
See, there
Logan
you
and Lexi
go.
have that shirt. Logan and Lexi have that shirt for Christmas gifts. Wink, wink. I was trying to promote. So, Merry Christmas. Here we go.
You get a nice shirt, and I get a promotion.
There you go. Yeah.
It's perfect.
No, I think it's great because I'm just like, those are cool. I like that.
Yeah, now Professor's like, now I want one of those shirts.
I do. I really want one. So get my glasses, get my shirt, get my stickers.
Well, maybe if I ever do another Kickstarter, I could do shirts for the Kickstarter. I thought about it, honestly, but I wasn't sure if people would be interested. Some people do cups, too. Some people also do beanies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, clothing-wise. I don't know how to mediate that. I'm good with, like, little cutesy things.
Oh, those
like
are
that
great,
and banana.
See, those are awesome.
Like, this is my aesthetic.
It's like, this is how it is. It's fine. Oh my God.
It's my life. You can come join me.
Oh, this is amazing. Morgan, as always, it's wonderful having you on. And
you too.
Like, we're just so happy that you are going to be doing this. And I know it's going to be a success because you deserve all the success in the world. So.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not being Val right now. I'm cuddling a monster. But
You're being a little Jeremy there. I don't know.
Jeremy wouldn't cuddle it. He'd capture
Depends on the monster.
He'd capture
it.
The monster? Cute. Thank you. No, he's terrified.
I mean, I like scary things, so it's fine.
I don't.
My aesthetic is like, I like cute and scary, so he's right up my alley. So, I mean, you've seen my husband, right? Like, it's fun.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Are you saying Spoo is scary?
Oh, yes, he is. I mean, he did work at the Hotel of Terror for like 25 years as a haunt. He's scary. Not like scary to me, but like he intimidates people like all the time, which I just laugh and go, you think he's the bossy one. It's okay.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
AJ looks so sweet. And I'm like, oh, yeah, looks can be deceiving. Shmoo looks so intimidating. I was like, oh, yeah.
It's what you like. Keep that aesthetic there. Like, okay.
We got it. Well, be sure if you're over in Cape, over by Cape Girardeau this weekend, to go over to Cape Anime, and that way you can see Morgan on Saturday. But if you can't come out on Saturday, they are having it on Sunday as well, and you can go over and, you know, Heroes for Kids is going to be there. They're amazing, and you can meet some great artists and some voice actors and everything. So head on over there. It's a fun weekend.
Oh yeah, it's a blast. I love it. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys again for promoting us.
You're very welcome, of course. Yeah.
So we always end our episodes with some shout outs to some friends of ours who do some very similar things.
Yes.
The nerdy geeky community. We've talked about that with Geeky Kool, but we have friends who aren't exactly part of Geeky Kool, but we still like to show them some love. So our first is our Ozpod gals over on Facebook, and that is Bree and Amber. They're smart, they're funny, they're beautiful, and they're amazingly nerdy girls. So be sure to go check them out. Right now they're being not as active on their Facebook page, but that's because they're getting ready for OzCon, which is April 28th, 29th, and 30th in West Plains, Missouri. So be sure to be checking out their Facebook page, but they had some really great videos that you can check out. Hit that like, subscribe if you're over on their, I don't know if they have YouTube, but if they do, hit subscribe. Just follow them on all of their social media platforms. We have our friend.
And speaking of OzCon, we will be there. So if you'd like to meet some of the Geeky Kool writers, come on out to Oz.
We have a couple of them who are going to be there for that. Yeah. And we're going to have a booth there. Larry and I are both special guests as well as Shmoo. And we're also going to do some panels. We're going to do, Shmoo and I are doing a Star Wars trivia, which was fun last year. And then Larry and I are doing a Geeky Jeopardy. So
yes, we are.
Come and test your knowledge and have some fun and win some prizes. It's going to be an amazing time. So
this is Geeky Jeopardy.
I was wondering if you had a voice. I figured you did. I was like, he's going to have a voice. It's fine.
Of course I do. All right. it's the theater minor in me coming out.
Yeah, I get awkward and weird and talk a lot. It's fine.
I'll just talk in weird voices.
But we also have our friends Keith and Gary over Pop Culture Minefield on YouTube. They're also on syndication radio right now, which we're super proud of them for that. They have amazing insights into Hollywood, what's going on behind the scenes. They a lot of the times give you some scoop. They give you some things before anybody else knows. They know, and that's just because they know everyone. So talented, but I will warn you, we are PG-13 because I'm allowed one curse word per episode. But because Morgan's here, I didn't do it this time. We are PG. It was a respect thing, Morgan. It's respect. But we are PG-13. But Keith and Gary don't keep it quite that clean. They do curse a lot, but still, you need to put on those headphones if you have little kids running around because you're going to learn a lot of stuff from them. And they're funny. You should watch the videos if you can watch the videos, because I know that I've listened to their videos and I've watched or listened to their radio station, but I've watched their videos, and there's nothing like watching Gary crack Keith up. That is my favorite part of their videos. He is hilarious. When he starts cracking up, his face gets all and he puts his head down. It's super fun. So be sure to check them out. We have our distinguished competition, as Professor calls them. That is the Nerd Informants, Tim and Josh, Tim Church and Josh Grisham. And they are nerdy guys who like movies. They review movies. They get some great interviews with some celebrities I'm super jealous of. Tim's been doing a lot of celebrity interviews for the newspaper as well. But be sure to go check them out. Hit subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook. They also created a page, and I know Morgan is part of this page as well. And that is the Nerd Informants Beyond. That's where you can promote yourself if you're doing something. You can pose a question. You can share a meme. Basically, they created this page for everyone to add their cool, geeky stuff to. And their only requirement is you keep it friendly. That's all they care about. They just want us to build the community up, and that's what it's about, not tearing each other down. So, and then...
So can't you hear, like, Josh at some point say, to Nerd Informants Beyond?
Yes, I can. And Josh Grisham is a radio personality here in Branson, so he's that very deep radio voice.
He's
and
got
so
that great voice, so yeah.
Yeah. Be sure to check out our partner, Scallywag Productions, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and much more. I don't know where else he is. He's everywhere except home. But it's a thing. Hit subscribe, like. On Instagram, all these collectibles behind me, he has taken pictures of every single one of them. And when I say taken a picture is not true, he's taken at least 5 pictures of every single thing behind me, and he shares that with his collectible of the day on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So be sure to do that. And then there's us.
There is us.
Woo. We have our own website.
We do. For anybody who's not checked it out, you should definitely check out John and Ashley's coverage of this last weekend's convention they were at in Richmond, Virginia. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. They've got some great videos. So
I know. They got some great interviews going on. GeekyKOOL.com. And we have contributors like Morgan, John, Ashley, Eli, Mandy, Shvu, me, Professor, and Brian.
Yeah.
See, I got them all.
You did. You got them all. That was great.
I'm so happy. If you want to be added to the contributors list, guess what? You can. We want to hear your geeky voice as well. Be sure to just message me or Professor or GeekyKOOL.com on Facebook if you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. And you can, we'll set it up and you can, start writing and doing some content for us because we just want as many geeky voices to be heard as possible. So
that's right. Well, yeah. Brian did have...
one more
comment here for us. Yeah. I'll let you bring that up, AJ, since, normally we're not quite as docile, Brian. I mean, we usually keep it pretty PG-13. So, we sometimes have to muzzle AJ and depending on what we're talking about. So
sometimes AJ can be very passionate and curse words slip out. But I'm a 46-year-old woman, and guess what? I have earned that right. I'm just throwing that out there, you guys. Just throwing that out there.
And I don't have any problem with that. Yes, ma'am.
I don't either.
But I try.
There's no reason to sneak away from us. We'll be fine.
No. We just try to keep it as clean as possible because Professor's whole point of starting this site and starting this was he wanted something that was kid friendly, that people didn't have to worry about their kids going onto our site and hearing or seeing something that was inappropriate. So we really try to bring in that kid friendliness. Once in a while we have things slip in, and sometimes we have guests who have things slip in, but we try to not do it as much. So.
Right. We try to give warnings if there's going to be something that people may get offended with. We want to. Yeah,
I have an idea, Professor. I need to talk to you about, but it's going to have to come with a warning all the time. So I'm just throwing that out.
All right. You can do that.
We're just going to throw that out there. Everybody's like, what is she going to do next?
I'm equally excited to be able to voice the warning. Warning, this video contains...
I love that.
Collecting Social Security. Well, there you go.
I mean, yeah. He's like, shows are kid friendly.
I think I'm still a kid, so yeah, I get that. I'm not quite collecting Social Security. Still a little ways away from that, but yeah, I get it, Brian. So yeah.
Well, Brian, you've been amazing as an audience member. If you ever want to come on Geeky Kool, let us know. We would love to have you on here so you can promote your show as well. So
right.
My two
I figured
favorite
out
web shows. Yay!
Yeah, I've enjoyed watching your show, Brian. So yeah,
I know.
he is. He's great.
He's amazing.
And fezzes are cool. So there you go.
Fezzes are cool.
Larry's your best friend, Brian.
Fezzes and bow ties are cool, and sometimes cowboy hats.
Exactly. Depends on.
Cowboy hats are cool on Englishmen, not so much on Branson entertainers. I'm just throwing that out. Well, guys, I love my hometown. I love my hometown. Don't think I'm. Let's talk. Okay, Brian. Well, I'll let Professor handle that one.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. As always, guys, be kind to each other, and as Professor likes to say,
stay geeky, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.